Welcome everyone, today we have a new update version of the Necromancer for the Pit Endgame. Now looking behind me, you might see something quite interesting. Can you spot the difference? Yes, I'm currently sitting on 30,000 life and 30,000 barriers. Yes, this is an extremely tanky version and also survivable version of the Necromancer that still deals tons of damage with a Holy Bolt. Yes guys, we're still using the Holy Bolt. I know some of you are concerned about the Holy Bolt, but once that gets nerfed, we'll adjust the build for more damage. But right now we're putting into more survivability and also extremely tanky version with the latest change with a Bone Shield or Bone Storm, and also adjusting for more damage with Blight. So if you look at my skill bar, I'm actually auto casting 5 different spells, and this also combines with the Bone Storm that gives me tons of more critical chance, survivability with damage reduction, and also 30,000 barrier because I'm stacking maximum life. You can gain barrier as high as your maximum life, and this allows you to become extremely tanky in a higher level pit, and you can still do damage with your Holy Bolt potion. And this makes the Necromancer very good in terms of pushing for high tier dungeons. Now you might be wondering, hey Matt, how come you're not pushing for higher? Well, because I have been playing on my Barbarian and I want to make more builds for you guys with Barbarians in terms of the Thorn and also different variety of the build. And my friend Amber will be pushing for higher using different setup. And once he push for maybe 130, 150 with the pit, I'll let you guys know how that works and what are the challenges in the high level dungeons. At the moment, this build works fine for pit 100, pit 120, you can deal tons of damage. And now with the in-build of survivability and together with my friend's perma-stun setup, I think we have a pretty solid build. Now I do not have a Shaco, so you can see me dying a little bit because I was testing a few things out and this is not a perfect run. I just woke up, we want to do some testings, and I am dying a little more in this dungeon, and I'm not scared to show you guys. You can still die using the higher HP and also bone barrier setup if you're careless like me. But overall, if you play safe like my friend, who was not dying in pit 120, this is an extremely good upgrade and also adjustment for your build. And I'll go through the variant of this build and how you can adjust for different items like the Shaco, using a focus or using a shield for this build, which I'm currently using. Now briefly skipping over to the boss fight, it is pretty straightforward guys, and I will be writing down some notes to show you guys which of the boss actually summons monsters, so you don't have to waste your time looking for bosses that summon monsters. If the boss has the right name, summon monsters, that's what you do, you kaboom him. Yes, get the most out of the potion while we can. And this build is quite powerful. You can see my gears are not fully stacked. They're level 4, level 8, and they're not even level 8 on this weapon. So I'm changing a lot of gears, testing different builds, and I want to show you guys with weaker gears, you can still make it work. And if you guys look closely over here, I have purposely lowered my cooldown reduction to about 20%, so it's not extremely unachievable for you guys, because this way my blood mist is about 12 seconds. So you can see even with 12-second cooldown, with the protection of the Bone Storm, the new setup is quite solid in terms of survivability. And we can leave the damage to the potion. Trust me guys, once the potion gets nerfed, we'll have a different variant with the ranking of golem and also more golem damage to adjust for that. Now if you look into the builder's guide below, I have added this variant to one of my previous build which I was using a shield. I'll have the separate version for you guys to have a look as well, in case you guys are not sure where to find it. So if you was following the previous build, it is on the variant form, and this is a separate variant. And yes, there is another tab just to show you guys. If you're not clicking on that, you can click on this. So let's briefly have a look what has changed. Now the biggest change for this build is that I did swap back to a shield, because I'm imprinting at defensive aspects which provide me with additional barriers up to 6% of your base life. Well, the 6% is not a big factor. The bigger factor is this quickly caps at 30,000 additional barrier because of one aspect. Well, if you're getting 30,000 additional barrier with one aspect, why not have this, right? Now for those of you guys that want to use the focus over here, it is optional to take away the defensive aspects on the helmet and imprint the Bone Storm barrier over here. Or it is also optional to take away the skeleton warriors and then imprint those over here. But for me, I'm currently using a shield to have even more life and also more survivability. Well, we're still going with Blood Mist providing with lower cooldowns and also auto casting Corpse Explosion. That is quite important. Now you can see there is a change with the choice of aspects. I'm going for more survivability in terms of damage reduction over here, and even having a damage reduction shield with 8.4% damage reduction. And this will be the theme of the build: survivability, damage reduction, more health, and also more barrier. For the gloves, we're still going with corpse tendril, providing with higher critical chance and also higher critical damage. You do want to manually cast this one for this aspect to work. As for the pens, minions are auto debuffing enemies with 2 different curses, with Decrepify and also with Iron Maiden, which is very good. We can remove those off the skill bar. As for the boots, we're getting additional skeletons just for the debuffs and also the skeleton dealing shadow damage and also stunning enemies. The skeletons won't be the majority of damage dealing, but they can soak some damage, and they will also help you trigger your curses. This is why we want more minions to trigger more curses. For the weapon, we're going with 40% minion damage, and this is the same for the Shadow Blight over here. In terms of the rings, we're going for 15% summoning attack speed up to 45% and the same auto casting ring. Now if you guys are using the Shackle or if you're using the Focus, I'll have a different build variant to show you guys. So basically what you do is you put the Blood Mist onto your boots, the aspects, and then you put 2 defensive aspects onto your chest and also helmet, and this allows you to have the Focus with cooldown reduction. Or you can have the Shake over here and then adjust for this accordingly. So coming over to our skills, you can see that we're auto-casting a lot of different skills. And I think you guys might have seen how it works, so I won't go into that too much. But we are casting Blight manually to gain the 20% damage multiplier. And over here you can see we still go for 1 perks of armor, so I have a little more armor. But I don't think I need it at this moment. I'm actually overloaded on armor, so I didn't need this perk. But I just want to show you guys, if you're short on armor, you come over here for the 5% bonus armor each perk over here. Now we are going with the perma-stun setup, so the darkness spells we have a chance of stunning enemies. And of course guys, this can be coming from our Blight skill and also our Corpse Explosion, and this allows us to have more staggering and also more stun. We're going with 1 point into the Fortify over here. You still gain a lot and you'll still be capped with Fortify. Now the biggest change of course is coming over to Bonestorm. You're getting additional damage reduction and also you're getting additional critical chance. So not only this skill gives you bonus damage and also bonus defensive capacities, as you can see in the video, in majority of the time my Bonestorm is always up. Because we have so many lucky hit chance and other triggers, when you cast your Bonestorm, it's pretty much indefinite if you're fighting enemies. And this allows me to have my Bonestorm, have it off cooldown and cast it again. And this is extremely powerful, both offensive and also defensive. Now in terms of the Paragon, I haven't changed much. If you have been following my Paragon board or my friend's Paragon board, both Paragon board works wonderfully with 7 different glyphs, which allows you to deal more damage and also become survivable. Now just as a little side note over here, you might have seen Matt got a lot of gold. You'll be like, how did you do this, Matt? Well, I am planning to make a video to teach you guys how to trade for gold. You can see there's a lot of item trading, and I'm actually selling a lot of different items. So I have been trading a little bit on the trading side over here. I'll have the links available for you guys to have a look. I'm selling a lot of my materials for the boss farming sets, for different items, and this actually made me tons of gold. I actually listed over how many? Listed over 50 items. So I'm listing a lot of items and taking offers and making a lot of gold on my spare time as I'm making new videos for you guys. So briefly coming over to the skill rotation for this new setup. Well, if you have played the Necromancer with Infinite Blood Mist and also the setup, it is straightforward. Now the only difference between the previous setup is that we're casting Blight manually so we can trigger more damage and then go into your Blood Mist. Now during this time you can add the rotation of casting Bonestorm. And again guys, you can see I'm triggering a lot of lucky hit, which allows me to have much lower cooldowns on my Bonestorm. And whenever you have the Bonestorm ready, you can cast it. But remember guys, prioritize on safety. Even if you're getting tons of barriers, you can still be one-shotted, which you can see many times in this replay this happens. So the priority will always be invulnerability with Blood Mist, followed by AoE control with Corpse Tendril. Those are the biggest factor. Now you can add in your Bonestorm for additional damage, defensiveness, critical chance, and also more barriers. And this allows me to play a little more reckless, which that's why I died. So with the availability of the Bone Storm, I was actually running into packs of monsters with my Blood Mist and then casting Bone Storm for defensive capacities. After I spawn some corpses, I will spawn my Corpse Tendril and I follow up with the entire setup. And as you can see over here, my cooldown for the Bone Storm is pretty much gone, and we still have the previous Bone Storm barrier, and this allows you to rotate and also become extremely defensive. Now in terms of the boss fight, guys, it is very straightforward. You want to find bosses that summons, you want to be spamming Corpse Tendril, and notice over here, once the boss summoned 3 monsters, I had the Corpse Tendril ready. And this is how you kill boss fast, to have a better reward and also to have a better speed. Now for those of you that didn't notice, in my previous guide, my friend actually wrote what are the bosses that you want to avoid. So you want to avoid Bramble, Blood Bishop, and also the Sharpshooter. Those are the bosses that does not summon. Otherwise, most of the other bosses you see over here, they will summon minions eventually, and this allows you to take advantage of that. And this is a bigger thing for bossing at the moment, using the Holy Dot Potion. So yes guys, avoid the bosses that does not summon. If they're not summoning, they have lots of health, this is not a good boss type. You can exit the pit and start a new one, it will save you much more time. So what I do now is, I'll showcase the entire replay of me testing the pit at pit 105. This is not my proudest run. I'm too excited to share the build with you guys, and during the replay I was dying a lot because I was careless. So you get the gist of it. It's a cool build, it works, and I was just being a little reckless thinking I'm unkillable. You can still be killed even with 30,000 life, 30,000 barriers, so be careful with that. But if you play carefully, you can easily have 0 death, having this tons of survivability and also the new setup.